Hey guys, Kieran from Architect Inspect. I'm going to take you through how we'd make some minor adjustments to a plan for a client today to make his house more livable.
I've been asked to review this plan for a new client which we are inspecting a home for. So the first thing that I'll do here is go and evaluate the passive solar principles of the home. So what I'll be looking for, north is up the page, we're located in Victoria of course, so I'll be looking for the living areas. All the living areas should be along this north face. I can already see that they have added plenty of space around here which can be used as green space, which is fantastic. There's 2600 millimeters there, which is quite good. It means that they'll be able to look out onto a green garden space. See, the living area is in the correct spot to the north of the property. We've got this garden area out the front here, and the bedrooms are on the south side, which is perfect, that being the darker side. So we've got the basis of a good passive solar house here. The first thing I would do though is remove this enormous window, because you've got the sun here, which let's make that a bit darker, during the summer, is absolutely going to beat into this window, and it's going to make this entire part of the home really hot and add a lot of cost to the heating and cooling bills. So we want to ameliorate that risk and get rid of the window or make it smaller. And what I'm also going to do is give it some cover. So this space here is 250. Ideally we want 360. So we haven't got much space to bring it in very much. But what we will do, if we can imagine our table in there, our dining table, we still do have a little bit of scope to bring that in just under the eaves line by a tiny little bit. And what I'm going to suggest that they do is have a corner window in there, which they can then shade with a tree out here to reduce the effect of that hot sun. So that's the first thing we're going to do. We're going to get rid of that window and make it into a smaller window there in the dining room. And bear in mind, of course, that they'll still have views out into the alfresco area here. Now, the second thing that I will suggest that they do is add an additional window in the north face here. So before we do that, there's 3 downpipes in very close together here. So what I'll do is I'll move those downpipes over to here actually, and one there. I'll leave that one where it is, and I will put this one right at the end there. So that opens up this whole section of wall now to be a window. So I'd take that picture window and put it in there instead. I'd probably get rid of the ones on both sides. And the reason for that, again, is because out here we're going to have a beautiful garden area, trees, and it's the north. So we can really easily and effectively control the amount of sunlight that comes into that space across the year by adding a pergola above here. I'll just actually draw that in there. So when it comes to landscaping, I'm going to suggest that they add a pergola in there to keep the sun off that window. Now, that will also precipitate in a change to the furniture layout, like so. The TV is going to be in here. And the theatre can pretty much stay as it is. I think that's a well put together room in there like that. Fresco. They might like to add some decking out here that flows out and around the house, like so. So this north part of the home is really going to be a beautiful feature. Inside is going to flow out and really tie the home in with the landscape. So that's going to work quite well. The bones of this house are excellent. Elevation B here is the north elevation, and we've got elevation A, which is our entrance elevation. My client has chosen to lift the ceiling height up to 2,720 instead of 2,550 at a cost of approximately $9,000. which I think will add some beauty to the home. Now, the north elevation is really important because of the opportunities for sun shading. So what we're going to do, of course, is put a pergola in there. We're going to take out these windows here, and we are going to replace those with that large picture window from the west side, which we had before. And that's going to look out. There's going to be, you could put a water feature or some sort of planted facade outside the window there. So that will be a fantastic addition to the home. And then this is all going to be decking, landscaping through there. So that's how that is treated. There's not much. The only thing that I would do to the entry elevation is add some sunshades above, because it's going to get quite warm. And equally, I would do that to any west-facing windows as well. So the full height sunshades that can be pulled down in the summer when it's hot and when sun is coming directly into that window. And there you have it, a really well designed, well put together home. And if you have any questions or would like your home inspected and checked by Architect Inspect, send us an email. All the best.